Hey there guys, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me again. As always, we're looking at the top posts for the last week on Factorio subreddit. So if you're new to the series, this is what we look at usually about the first page, a little into the second page. Make sure we don't miss anything cool there, sorted by top. Sorry for that kind of glitching there. And yeah, so if you don't browse the subreddit, it's kind of a cool way to find out what's on here. First one, super highly upvoted, is Factorio beats Cyberpunk 2077 on Metacritic. Not really surprising. Yeah. Yeah, Factorio beats almost every single thing on Metacritic. No surprises here, deserves it too. Yeah, and I don't need to buy a whole new rig to play Factorio. That's also true. Although, well, sometimes I did, but that's a little different because I do this as a job. But then the factory still needs to grow. That's true. I love this comment. Factorio gets a 94 because although both games are full of bugs, only Factorio is supposed to be. I love this. Oh man, I love that so much. Sometimes simplicity is way better. Very few games can get you to look at a copper mining simulator with 2003 graphics for 5+ hours straight. These are 2006 graphics. Yeah, come on now. Oh my goodness. Cyberpunk, isn't that a game where you fight an army of bugs the whole time? Oh my god. Yeah, so Cyberpunk, from what I'm hearing, I haven't played it. I didn't buy it. I'm probably not going to. From what I've heard, it's a good game, like generally, like just like the graphics are super good, the story's good, the dialogue, it's written well, combat's decent, but like from what I've heard, it is just absolutely riddled with bugs. Like it is just so full of bugs, some of which are like very kind of game breaking. So that kind of just ruins it, right? You could have the best game in the world, even Factorio would be pretty horrible if it was like, unplayable at multiple points throughout the game because it was so buggy. Yeah, that's kind of the story with that. My 3D printed LED powered research lab. This is super cool. I love this a lot. It's pretty awesome that it looks really good good at night. It is a little kind of like if you have like if you're prone to like epilepsy or something, this may be not great. Even me, it makes me a little like dizzy. Yeah, this is super cool. Disco science. So that's awesome. Original content, my Spidertron fan art. I absolutely love this. I looked at this earlier on my own, and this just oh man, I love this so much. It's just like the art style, the vibe it gives. I mean, it's very unsettling. That this would be terrifying. The bug shows you the size of the Spidertron too. Like we know how big biters are, and then it's just like towering over this guy. I don't know. I think what I really like about this is how it's like nice and green and forested, and then you just see this like huge towering machine, like just like plowing through the forest here. That just really, I don't know, it just really speaks to me. Like it just it definitely reminds me of like a movie or like just like I don't know, just like comic book graphic novel or something. It's very cool. I love it. I like their kind of take on the Spidertron too. It it's a little different than the other one. Yeah, like this version says, I like your reinterpretation of the head eyes, not like the one in the game, but enough like it and appropriate to the style. Yeah, this is yeah, this is really awesome. I was just thinking while playing the other day how terrifying Spidertron must be to biters. Just minding your bug business when out of the blue, the biggest bug you've ever seen comes stomping over the trees and kills everything you know and love with incomprehensible magic. Exactly. Like, that would be pretty terrifying, man. I really like this. This is some cool art, for sure. Just call me Saint Nick. I might have to mute this, depending if there's music. This is hilarious. It like totally reminds me of the Grinch, man. Oh god! Oh, I don't know how they managed to have it set off nukes. I know this is like the jumping trains is Oh my god. Sorry guys, I'm cracking up. I was not expecting that actually. I was not expecting the jump in. And I don't know how they made nukes go off. Is that part new thing of the is there like an option with the Renee transport jumping trains when they land and blow up? I don't know. I'm gonna say this reminds me of the Grinch, like like his contraption. I just watched. Me and my girlfriend just watched the new Grinch, the animated one. That was on Netflix. I think they took it off maybe. But that one, I thought that was pretty great. I like the Grinch, the original animated one, the Jim Carrey live action one as well. This reminded me of that, just like his contraptions, but well, not the nukes, but I guess the virus has been naughty. Yes, I didn't expect that ending. I was going, or okay, now use the flying train mod, but the ending is mind blowing, as you can see on the final frames. Yeah, this is brilliant. I love this. Oh man, is there anything more satisfying than finally solving a good belt routing puzzle? That is actually a very satisfying feeling. I'm not a fan of like belt megabases, but the feeling you do get from solving belt puzzles is really nice. Something you don't really get as much with robots. This is definitely spaghetti-ish going on right here. I like how in general the builds are clean, but then once you get into it, it's a bit of a mess. I recently tried my hand at speedrunning, which is an interesting exercise. You just don't have time to worry about organizations, and nice, clean-looking bases aren't practical. This puts the focus more on speed and getting things up and running as quickly as possible. It forces you to think on your toes, and there's a lot of noodle madness going on. Here are some good lessons from the speedruns that I did. Fastest was 7 hours, and I'm applying them now to my new long-form world. Yeah, you can learn a lot from speedrunning, or even watching speedrunners. This is how 3-to-3 balancers work. I'm learning how to make my own balancers and thought I would share. So, start with 4-to-2 balancer. Make 2 more output belts. Connect them. So basically this goes that way and then connects together. Connect first one as an output. Connect second one as an input. So then you basically send it back around. You're basically just creating a loop here. Make smaller. So this is actually really helpful. This even to me, like I've not memorized 3-to-3 balancers, but seeing this actually helps me memorize it a lot. Because going through step by step, it's really quite simple. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. The factory must grow. Nice decorations. One circuit ornament. I'll just take my vote. If you like that tree, you should put a wall around it. Don't want to accidentally drive over it. And saying that, walls are fine, but boxes work too. Yes, boxes. There you go. Decorated boxes even. Just realized Ruby is a major donator to Blender. Thank you for supporting open source software. Hey, that's awesome. Nice. Everything in the game is first 3D model in Blender, and then sprites are made from those models. Yes, that is true. Send donut pics. Is this? Wow, now I'm hungry. Thanks. It's amazing how tiny your main bus becomes when you make red-green circuits remotely. Yeah, it really does, right? Because then you really don't have much left. This is for my new 100 science pack per minute base built on red belts, not including iron ore, just for concrete. You only need 12 belts of inputs. Yeah, it would get smaller too if you did red and blue circuits remotely, especially blue, because then you don't need all the green circuit belts. Like, most of your green circuits are going to go to blue circuits, really. So that would reduce it quite a bit. Factory Planner gets a redesign and a matrix solver in its biggest ever update. This is pretty awesome. Yeah, Factorio Planner is, did I spotlight this? I feel like I spotlighted this at one point. This is my first contribution to Factorio mods and my first open source contribution in general. Yeah, I'm wondering what a matrix solver is as well. This looks like a lot to go into. But yeah, so this is a super cool mod. Definitely worth checking out. If I haven't spotlighted it, I feel like I should. I feel like I did. But maybe not. If I didn't, I should. Or maybe, I think I looked at it recently and considered spotlighting. It'd be a fairly lengthy spotlight, so I need to kind of do it on a day when I just have a ton of extra time, because it would take quite a bit to fully figure out and go over. But yeah, I would recommend checking it out for sure. First factory with rocket and satellites automated. Nice, big congrats. The absolutely horrendously polluted water. I like that. It's a nice touch in the middle of the desert here. Yeah, so use underground pipes for long run of fluid. Reminds me of my first base in 014. Yeah, this reminds me of some of my first bases. Not my first base. We looked at that. I did a base tour of that if you want to check it out. My actual first base was horrendous, but hilarious to look back on. Tip. If you are getting overwhelmed by biters, turn off everything for a while and let your pollution cloud disappear. This comment. I love this comment. If you're having trouble figuring out how to turn off your factory, simply drive a tank across your factory. This will inevitably destroy the one power pole that disconnects your entire grid every single time. Yes, basically this. Oh man. Yeah, so I mean that's one way if you want to like do it legit. Or you could, or another legit way is just turn off research, because that's going to consume most of your materials and stuff. So turn off research as well is definitely an option. You could also just turn on peaceful mode. That would require a command though. Beacon Module 3 production layout. Ooh, damn. This is going to be expensive. They're using like the creative mode belt filler things, but dude, this would be so expensive. This is ridiculous. I really like this though. This is really, really great. I always struggle to kind of come up with a decent design like that's actually ratioed correctly for modules, and this seems to be ratioed correctly. It's 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 10, 5, 2 basically is the ratio for these. And they have both the important ones. I might actually I might steal this for my current stream mega base, because I'm gonna need a ton of modules. I do a bot based usually, but this is such a nice design that doing it belt based is very tempting. Produce 17.5 modules a minute of each type. More info here. Found out by one of the comments that Niels made a very similar design in one of his Masterclass 2 videos. You can check it out here. So that's, but where's the, can I get a blueprint maybe? Power requirements for Megabases just blow my mind. I don't think I've ever needed anything more than 2x2 setups for Nuke of my playthroughs. Is the blueprint maybe here? Factorio calculator, no. But I mean, I could just copy it. Like I could just visually copy this. It'd be kind of annoying. I guess Nielaus did a very similar thing. I could check out too. I'm sure Nielaus included a blueprint for that. But yes, I would like something like that. This is my first game. I'm building organically, not deleting anything. Start base inner wall. Just got the nuclear reactor and on my way to making blue chips. I'm gonna have to expand. I absolutely love trains and spent 2 hours figuring out traffic lights. I love this game and its wonderful community. Nice. Definitely, definitely gonna need some more rail signals here and there, but overall, I like this. This looks like maybe their starter factory in here, kind of organically expanded out as well. I really like this. This reminds me of my first base. This really does. This also reminds me a lot of my first rails. It looks like they're having a lot of fun though, which is important. I love your delicious spaghetti. Keep it up. This is so relatable. Traffic lights are the worst. Traffic lights. Is there room on the other side of the light for the train, including other chain signals being ahead? Oh yeah, so this is kind of the breakdown of signals, but yeah. Now with the new tips and tricks things in the game, I think it's a little more clear how signals work. Still kind of confusing though. Is there a mod where I can have a positive relationship with the natives instead of shelling them? Like I make some kind of food for them, not to destroy my factories, and they have some resources that it needs for something else. They'd still have to react violently if the demands weren't met. Am I crazy, or at one stage did you need to kill biters for science? That is correct. You did need to. It's not, obviously not peaceful in the slightest, but I had an idea for biter diplomacy mod that would let you make friends and control them if you research the right stuff. I feel like there is a mod for this. I thought there was. Yeah, a bug shampoo. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be kind of a cool take on things. Me and my mate got There's No Spoon and a handful of other achievements in about 6.5 hours in one sitting. Been waiting for 1.0 for years to get it. Guess we're part of the 1.7% club now. So what they're referring to here, well, first off, congrats. That's pretty damn good, especially in 6.5 hours. I guess the Steam stats say that only 1.7% of people have got that achievement. That's not very accurate, because, like, a lot of people don't play on Steam, or people play, I don't know if it counts if you, like, play offline on Steam, and, like, if you use the command, it turns them off, even though you, like, even if you technically would have got it, like, launched a rocket in under 8 hours and stuff. So there's all kind of caveats. I think that stat's, like, not really that good of a basis, but big congrats to them. When your artillery shell upgrade finishes, oh dear. Yeah, basically. Prepare for the biter hordes. Then the rolling blackouts, yeah. Rolling blackouts for sure. Someone posted about an end-to-end balancer problem the other day. Look what you've done. Oh, God. What is this? This reminds me of my math class. I did not do well. Saw this and couldn't help but immediately think of the middle algorithm scene of Silicon Valley. It's not safe for work. Not gonna click it. I was trying to find context to this, and I looked at your post comment history. Oh my goodness. What? 10k times per minute, 60 FPS, city block, mega base. Holy moly. Now that is one hell of a base. Good lord. Very clean too. Like, they even have like these labels on stuff. Dude, this is nuts. I want a base tour of this, please. Is there a save somewhere? I mean, this is a lot of info to go over, guys. I definitely recommend checking this out. Pretty standard. Looks like belt base too for a lot of this. This is belt base smelter here. Definitely coming in. Looks like they're running like 4 cargo wagon trains. Excuse me. Maybe they posted it in the actual thing? Question mark. Let's see. I would love to... Hey, save file. Okay, I'm going to save this so I can download it, maybe do a base tour. This would be super awesome. Yeah, Neilhouse too. Looks like he's going to take a look at it. Definitely, I want to take a look at it too. Today I learned on the Factorio website you can click on the rocket at the bottom of the screen to take you back to the top. Oh yeah, so this is a thing. Anyone who watches my videos probably knows this, because I usually, hopefully, at least do it once when we look over our Friday facts. But yeah, this is cool, super cool feature too. I love this. Makes me want to give them more money. 380 hours into C Block, and I've finally automated Blue Science. Jesus. This is why I would never play C Block, ever. Yeah, so C Block, for anyone who doesn't know, because I know there are a lot of new folks to the game, it's a mod where basically there's no ore patches. Basically everything is created starting with water. It uses like Bob's and Angels mods to do like all these convoluted recipes. It's quite a bit more difficult than Bob's and Angels by themselves. Yeah, so you basically have to create a ton of landfill, like, from water, basically. It's ridiculous. I would never play it. It's nuts. I mean, this gives you an idea of 380 hours, and they just got Blue Science, so. And if you look, how big of a base they needed to do that. Like, good lord. When you play with a warehouse mod and accidentally replace a warehouse with a smaller one. Yikes. This used to be worse back when scatter items would end up on belts. I mean, that'd be like a start a new save right there moment. When this happened to this scale and the items went on belts. Yeah, that was real bad when that was a thing. This game is brutal on short-term memory. How many of you find yourselves walking and driving back from an outpost to your base only to forget what materials you were supposed to grab? This is literally me all the time. Every single time I go to set up an outpost, I've forgotten at least one or two things, even when I go over it multiple times beforehand. How many of you plan on building something, say a train station, 5 minutes after getting the resources you need, you go on a tangent building something else and completely forget about it? Yeah, it's me too. Sometimes a to-do list would be cool. There is a to-do list mod though, by the way, so. My first thing on my to-do list in real life and in-game is to use the to-do list. Yeah, that's the only thing on it. Oh my gosh. What show was it? I want to say it was Malcolm in the Middle or something. I mean, it's been in probably multiple movies and stuff where someone was like creating a to-do, like started a to-do list, and they were like, the first item on there was like make to-do list, and then that's like as far as it got. That sounds like the situation. Alt F417 interface design philosophy. This is pretty cool. Maybe we're looking over at this. This is a factorial planar fact. Nice. Competitive multiplayer with trade negotiations. I had the idea of doing a multiplayer setup where we all swallow up the map but compete for resources with separate bases. If one of us hogs up the oil, for example, others can negotiate trades for X amount of resources per second. Hooking themselves up to regulate a line. That would actually be pretty cool. Only way to be delivering oil to opponents in PvP is via flamethrowers. Oh, yeah. I think that would be really neat, though. Alright, let's look at a little more here. My vortex rail intersection. Nice. I feel like we've seen stuff like this before. This is very, very nice to look at, though, for sure. A little bit of a pain to signal, I think, but this game feels like an app. That's a lot of words. Put animations to agree by graphics department. One blue belt, a blue circuit, not beaconed. Yikes. Yeah, that's... Oh, man. I bet you if you beacon and module this, it'd be like a quarter of the size. It'd probably be like this big, if that. A blue belt, blue circuits, just in general, is insane. Yeah. And there we go. I think that's a good place to call it there, guys. Sorry, I'm kind of getting congested here. But that's going to do it. Some really great stuff this week, as always. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate you continuing to watch and your support. It means a lot and helps a lot. So thank you so much. As always, I do enjoy seeing your thoughts down in the comments. And if you did enjoy it, a like is much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to keep up with all the content. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.